Hey, what's up? My name is Samuel Leeds, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about rent-to-rent and why now is a brilliant opportunity to control properties, get cash flow on rent-to-rent, and I'm even in this video going to give you the scripts to say to landlords, how to approach landlords and what to say to them. This is usually the kind of stuff that I'll save for my property investors crash course, but I'm going to give it to you on this video. But please do me a massive favor, smash the like button. Also, as well as hitting like, please do subscribe to the channel and turn the notification bell on. And that way, when I make a video for you, you don't miss it because you've turned on the subscribe and the notification bell button. Okay, so rent-to-rent. What a rent-to-rent is when you control a property instead of owning a property. You pay the landlord a monthly rent and you pay it as a management agreement. So you have a corporate let, namely your company rents the property off of the landlord. You don't rent it. That would be called subletting. So your company rents the property off the landlord and you pay a small monthly rent, and then you rent the property out and you put people, maybe you rent it out on booking.com, you put guests in the house on short stay lets, on Airbnb, on booking.com, and then you get a super rent. And all of the profit, guess what? You keep the profit. So most rent-to-rent properties make between £500 and £1,000 profit per month off each rent-to-rent property. That's more profit off of the rent-to-rent houses than most landlords make when they own the house. So why would you save up and buy a house and rent it out and make a few £100 a month? And you're hit with all the tax problems with Section 24, you've got to pay stamp duty tax. Why do that when you can just do rent-to-rent and control the property? Now, the two reasons people don't like doing rent-to-rents, number one is because they can't get the rent-to-rents. They say, well, what do I say to the landlord? How do I persuade the landlord? In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what to say to the landlord. And the second reason people don't like rent-to-rents is because they say, oh, but serviced accommodation, short stay lets, tourism's a bit dead right now, we've been in lockdown, it's risky. So, let me tell you how to get around those two problems. Number one, the risky problem of the tourism being dead and what happens if I can't rent the properties out. Two things I'll say. Number one is don't get tourists in your properties. Advertise them to business professionals. Number two, have a 3-month break clause in the property, with the agreement. So that if after 3 months it's not working, you can walk away. Make sure the break clause is drawn up properly and make sure that the break clause doesn't let him walk away without reimbursing you of your time and troubles. Okay? So that's that. Second thing is, how do you get these properties? How do you speak to landlords? This is so simple. I'm tempted to just stop doing this video and go and get one. I'm tempted to just go and do a financial freedom challenge tomorrow. I might. I'm probably going to be banned from YouTube soon anyway. They keep talking about banning me all the time. They don't like this stuff, okay? But this is what you do. Right now, landlords have never been so desperate to pass you properties on rent-to-rent contracts. Now, you might not know that. You might think, but I've tried and I failed, because you're saying the wrong thing. You're saying the wrong thing. When you learn not to say the right thing, it works. I'm going to tell you on this video right now. This is what you should be saying. In order to do business with someone, you need to firstly solve their problem. If you go to a landlord and you say, landlord, you've got a problem, you need me to rent your property, he's going to go, actually, I'm good, thanks. Rents have gone up by 7.5% this year. Queues of tenants are coming up. I don't need your corporate let rent-to-rent. You're good. That's what they'll say to you. So what you need to do is you need to remind them about the tenant eviction ban. You need to remind them about tenants' rights. Hey, landlord, how much are you looking to get for your property? For your little studio flat? I'm looking to rent it out for £550 a month. Okay, cool. So what are you going to be left with? Once you pay your management fees, your maintenance costs, what are you looking to be left with? Well, management's 10%, maintenance, I'm probably looking to be left with about £400. Okay, cool. How about this then? How about I'll pay you £400 a month, guaranteed rent for 3 years. How does that sound? Oh, I don't know. I've got lots of tenants interested. Oh, is this a rent-to-rent thing? I'm not really interested. I don't know. Email me the details. I'll call you back. I'll think about it. Let me talk to my wife. Let me talk to my lawyer. Let me talk to my dog. I'm good. That's what happens to most people. So you need to remind them of the problem. Do you know these tenants that want to move into your house? What are you going to do if they don't pay rent? Oh, I'll evict them. You do realize you can't evict them. Do you realize that until March next year, you can't even evict a tenant for not paying rent? And do you realize that even after the eviction ban finishes, the courts aren't going to be interested in tenants that aren't paying rent. They're only going to be interested in tenants that are being threatening or abusive. So if you've got a tenant that just goes, I'm not going to pay rent, you might have a property for a year where you cannot get the tenant out. Oh, yeah, it's a bit of a problem as a landlord, isn't it? It is. So here's what I'm proposing. I'll pay you £400 a month, guaranteed rent. The difference between me and a tenant is I'm not a tenant. I am a company. This is a company let. So if I don't pay you, you can terminate the contract. And this is business to business. So you haven't got to worry about tenants. You're dealing with a business. You haven't got to worry about the tenant eviction ban. You haven't got to worry about late costs, late fees, or any of that. So it sounds like a pretty good service, to be honest. In fact, there's a queue of landlords that I'm actually going to be approaching over the next couple of days. So, I mean, what are you thinking? That's how you get rent-to-rents. This is easy. It's all about what to say. People accuse me. Samuel makes it look too easy. Thank you for the compliment. In the same way that Cristiano Ronaldo makes football look easy. That's how I make property look easy. I'm going to be running the crash course. If you haven't been to the Property Investors Crash Course, it's 2 days, where rather than me talking about this stuff, you'll get to see me doing it. You get to see me on stage, making phone calls, booking viewings, doing this stuff. If you want to attend the crash course, it's free, but spaces are limited. I'll leave a link in the description. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe right here. Wasn't that awesome? And you can book on the crash course right here. There should be a link. If there's not, it's in the description. Get booked. I'll see you there. Kick ass. Make the most of these times. Peace out.